This is my LBZ Duramax that I've been rebuilding in my garage over the last few years. From pulling off the cab, stripping the truck right down to the frame, having everything sandblasted and powder coated, completely rebuilding the engine and driveline to where it currently sits at the moment.
And by the end of this video, we are going to be starting this thing up for the first time since we started this project.
Now, essentially where we left off in the last video was we pretty much got everything under the hood here buttoned up. All the piping ran, everything like that. The only thing now we are currently waiting on was the fenders, just so we could get the coolant reservoir as well as the air box and all of that kind of stuff tied in. So we finally received the two brand new GM fenders that we're going to be throwing on there today. The only thing that we're going to do beforehand is once we get these unboxed, what I want to do is go ahead and actually paint the insides of the fenders, just so that when you do pop the hood, we're going to have everything match the same OEM color that we've got going on the truck. So let's go ahead, unbox these guys and start throwing down some paint. Well, aside from being a little dusty, everything seems to look good. There's no dents or dings or anything like that. Just a little bit of a scuff in the primer, but that's nothing. Same thing on this side. Got a little bit of a run in the primer there, but other than that, no dents. That's the main thing. So I guess we can go ahead, flip these guys over, scuff the backside, and then start laying down some paint. All right, guys, so as you can see, I was able to get both of the fenders fully scuffed on the inside, so there's no more shine, and got them fully strung up here in my makeshift paint booth, so everything is ready to go for the last wipe down. This is the paint that I ended up going with. I just had a single stage paint can made up. This is actually the 213 Greystone Metallic that matches the OEM color. And I just went with this guy just to make it a lot easier because they are the inside of the fenders. So I figured that would be the easiest and most effective way to get these guys matched to the firewall. I'll also have to throw a cover over the truck just so I don't get any overspray. But essentially these guys are ready to go. So let's lay down some paint. So after throwing down 3 coats of paint and letting these guys sit overnight to cure, the fenders are looking really good. As you can tell, the paint laid down extremely well. We've got that nice metallic flake. Everything is looking really good. They're all dried up, cured. So next steps, let's go ahead, unwrap the truck and throw these fenders on. Alrighty guys, so there we have it. We got both of the fenders on. We got the air box as well as the coolant reservoir in and mounted. I was able to go through and figure out all the electrical and get the fuse box mounted up, as well as throw in a brand new battery. The body lines aren't exactly perfect on these fenders. I am gonna have to do a little bit of massaging, but all the bolts are still loose. I just essentially wanted to get the fenders bolted up so that we could go ahead and mount everything. I already went ahead and changed all the fluids in the entire truck, so everything is brand new. The only thing we gotta do is throw some diesel in the tank and fire this thing up. All right, boys, moment of truth. Alright guys, so looks like so far so good. Everything seems to be running pretty smooth. There's no oil leaking down below, so that's always a good sign. It's actually running really, really nice. Well, I think we can shut her down. Man, you guys have no idea how good it feels to hear this thing run again. I know it's been a long time coming and a long journey, but I just couldn't be happier with how everything is turning out. Obviously, I've got a few things that I need to tie up on the front end here, such as getting the headlight wiring all done, as well as the horn, a few other miscellaneous things in the engine bay before we put that front clip together. But as far as next steps go, I'm really excited because we can finally start tackling the bodywork as well as this interior. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the inside of this truck in a while, she's seen better days and is in pretty rough shape. So really excited to fully gut this guy out and get it looking right.
After a few hours of ripping and tearing, I think we finally got this guy pretty well gutted out. And now my garage floor is a complete disaster.
If you're wondering why I didn't take off the door panel on the passenger side, it's actually because we're going to be replacing that entire door. Because as you can see, somebody got a pry bar under the handle right here and just absolutely mangled it. And then also there's a bunch of dings and dents all around the handle in general. So I figured replacing the door is going to be a lot easier than messing around with the bodywork, because I don't think this door will ever be the same. Plus, I was able to find this door in the exact same color with only a few small spots right here and here that need work. But other than that, the door is in great shape, and I thought that's going to be a lot easier than trying to mess around with the bodywork on that door handle.
So that's what I'm going to jump into next, is swapping out that door, as well as removing all of the badges, the trim, the door handle, the window sills, all that kind of stuff, so that we can get this guy fully ready and prepped for bodywork.
There we have it, guys. The truck is officially stripped inside and out. Was able to get all the seals out, door handles, trim, you name it. We were also able to get this door swapped over. So as you can see, it's a perfect color match, and we don't have any of that messing around to do with the handle. Super exciting because we can finally start working on the body as well as getting to some interior upgrades.
But I think that's gonna have to wait for another video, because as you can see, my garage is a complete disaster and I have a lot of cleanup and organization to do. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys for stopping in and for staying till the end, and I will see you in the next one.